as well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time. His first carry, he loses the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally. But he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives.
Doctor, Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down.
He loses the football a second time. This is picked up by the Browns. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
That catch good for only a couple.
You know things you're hoping for when you run drag routes? You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
8 yards to go on second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Browns.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Now he'll pull it down. And that one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped it.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Complete to
Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Browns have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back. Trying to close it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Prescott from the gun. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods.
Prescott.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Going deep here for Allen. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Ball carrier. Tackle made right at midfield. It's a gain of 7. Brings up.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is one.
Look at this. Big game. This is picked up by the Browns. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 29, Mahomes. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's not like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Going for it all. And it will be intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. He's going to look for Allen now, the deep ball. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Number 87. 8 yards on the pickup.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. Oh, Prescott stripped. The Browns got it. They did. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10. At their own.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Chargers 7. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10. At their own.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now what do you do?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we got a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big one down.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
First and 10.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air is going to be mine. And that's
Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Tackle made at
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Joe Reed, the intended receiver. And it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He wants the football. This is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over the football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 8-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Joe Reed returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal. And now here's another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his crew... will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The 35-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
21-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
The Browns, 1st down.
They run. Chubb. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Odell Beckham Jr.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns continue to.
But we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Good.
And he'll bang that one through.
Score Browns 45. Chargers 7. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Well, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott, his throw incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. Actually, I've heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That's his way of putting it behind him.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Going deep here for Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. He's going to let it go again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. CD, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. Just bowling over tacklers. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there, first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pick. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself.
And my goodness, another interception. Brady Williams picks it off. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
On the carry. He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the carry, it's Chubb. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick here is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Butker is set to kick off.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 20. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Tonight's final score, Browns.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of